Hello. Good morning, guys. Hi. How are you all doing? Happy Saturday. Lovely to see you. Hi, Joanne. Hey, Laura. Hey, Kim. Shannon. Hi. Caroline in Hawaii. I love it. Melissa. Hey. Other Kim. Sherry. Oh, you guys, this is so special. We have California, Hawaii, Vancouver, Ontario, Whistler, Quebec. Annie's just hopping on. Like, this is amazing. Caroline, I think we're all jealous of you, though, in Hawaii. I know I am. That's my happy place. Yeah, we're all nodding. Yeah. Hi, Annie. Hey. All right, you guys, we'll get started. Oh, a few more of you hopping on. This is great. Thanks so much, you guys, for coming this morning. We're gonna get straight into it. Okay, who has chopped their vegetables? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Good. I love it. So we can do this fast then. We can do this super fast. Okay, I'm going to change my my speaker view. Let me think if there's anything else I want to say before we get started. Any questions before we get started? No, just do it. Should we just go hard and do this? Put our head down. I'm on my second matcha, so I'm going to be like rearing to go. Okay. Perfect. So leave your cameras on because I love seeing you prep. And I'm going to change here to speaker view. Perfect. Good. Joanne, I can see you and Laura, I can see you. So wave me down. You guys, I just want to introduce again, Joanne and Laura, who are so special. Actually, I'll change my view back again so you guys can wave at everybody. Joanne, Laura, Ontario and Whistler. They're going to be helping me along. So if you have questions, ask them. And yeah. I feel like I should be saying more before we get started, but I think you guys just want to do this, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to start with our base mix overnight oats. And we are going to grab a big container. This, you guys, if you have not done this before, I know a few of you have, it's a complete game changer because if you make overnight oats, you don't ever have to make the dry base ever again because we're doing it now. We are going to double this together, and we are doubling everything today except the edamame burgers. We are just going to do one batch together, but an option for you guys absolutely to do a second batch on your own. I just want to be conscious of time. So let's go 2 2/3 of a cup is 1 serving here. So let's just do that of oats into our big container. 2 cups, and then 2/3. And then we're going to do that again, just because I cannot do the math. It's Saturday morning. My head is not fully woken up yet. Okay, so 2 2/3 again. And of course, you guys don't have to double anything. You could keep it at 1, or you could triple it if you have a big family and you know they're going to like the recipes. Okay, so that is our oats. Then we're going to take our hemp hearts, 4 tablespoons of hemp hearts. I have a question about the protein powder that just came through. I might unmute you in a second. Okay, so 4 tablespoons of hemp hearts for 1 serving, 8 for 2. So I'm doing 2. Look how quick this is. Okay. I think it's Laura that I'm going to unmute here. Laura, sorry to put you on the spot. Can you help me answer the protein powder question? Laura is our nutritionist in-house, by the way, and recipe extraordinaire. She's going to help us with this question. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just thinking. A cup and a half should be fine, as long as you put the amount into MyFitnessPal for you.
Yeah, it's got to work.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah, they're very close. So we're doing a cup and a half. I always do the pumpkin seed protein powder. So you guys decide which protein powder you want to use. And then you're right, we do want to log, and that's why we choose the first week to always log our things in VIP, so that, you know, at the very least, you know where you're at. Thanks so much, Laura. Perfect. Okay, so 1.5 cups of protein powder. And do it like that. Now you might be wondering, can we store this in the cupboard or in the fridge? Fridge is actually optimal once you open pumpkin seed protein powder, but it's not a big deal because you're going to go through it quite quickly. So either or, whatever you have space for. And then what you're going to do is close that up, shake it around. And now when you go to make your overnight oats, all you do, and it says here, take 1/2 cup of the oat base. And what I like to do, and Sherry will appreciate this, Sherry is our wonderful organizer, in-house organizer. She would say, put a little sticky note on here that says what you need to do for each one, right? So it's 1/2 cup of the oat base that you're going to be placing into a jar. And there you go. How easy is that? Game changer, yes? Thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, so that's it. So that's the first recipe done. We're going to put that on the side, or if you just want to clear up some room, you guys, I'm like really running out of room here. So I'm just going to move everything far away. Let's have a sip of matcha or water or coffee, whatever you need this morning to help meal prep go nicely along. And then the next one, we are going to be doing our jackfruit stew, which by the way is one of my favorite all-time meals. And I know you guys have been raving about it as well. So we're going to take our bags for this one. Before we do anything, we will label the bags. This is, Joanne is in my head. Label the bags. Don't start before you label them. So we're going to label them jackfruit stew with the date. And by the way, if you don't have these fun little bag holders, I know a couple of you have grabbed them, but if you don't have them, you can just place it in a bowl, something that will hold it upright. So jackfruit stew, and then we are going to, that's it that we would write, that and the date, right, you guys? There's nothing else except when you go to make it, you can add, oh, you want to discard the bay leaves. So let's write that in. Although I'm doing something a little bit different for the bay leaves. Come on in, Shelf. Come. It's okay. Okay, the date today is April 23rd. Am I right? I think so. Let's see. Yeah, April 23rd. And then discard the bay leaves if you're doing bay leaves. I'm actually going to do something a bit different with the bay leaves. So let's write that on both bags. You need this one, what I love about it is it's a simple put. Oh, here's Shelby. Are you gonna help? Come on. It'll go so much faster if you help us. We need you.
I want now.
I know.
Can I open her door?
You can go knock on her door.
Yay!
Okay. Probably really early to be knocking on neighbors' doors, but in time of need. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. So we're gonna start, and we're just gonna do our bag thing and go quickly here to get everything done. We are doubling the recipe, so whatever it says on your recipe goes in one bag, and then we're gonna do it twice, right? Why not while we're here? So 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. Okay, I've heard so much positive feedback from you guys about the bagging and the freezing and how easy it's been. So I want to do a shout out to Joanne specifically for that, because she has changed all of our lives. Okay, so half of a yellow onion chopped. Hopefully you guys did your chopping. If you need to do it now, you'll just be a bit behind, but that's all good. So half an onion in each bag. Then we've got sea salt to taste. So do a couple of shakes of sea salt. 1 large carrot chopped into rounds. So 1 large one per bag. I just love how quickly it goes once you have chopped everything, right? 5 cloves of garlic minced. So I translate that into 5 teaspoons of garlic. But of course, this is an optional item. You could do more or less. You never have to log garlic, by the way. It's just one of those amazing things that's great for your gut, great for your immune system. The more the better, I say. Okay, so if you have minced, you're doing it from the jar. Otherwise, you're mincing it, putting it into each bag. Okay. After that, we've got 4 teaspoons smoked paprika. 4 teaspoons. Yesterday I had pepper open out on the counter, and my cat Romeo, I thought it would be safe to leave pepper on the counter, but he had to go and smell it. He knocked the whole thing over. It's a big mess. Okay, so 4 teaspoons of paprika. We've got half a teaspoon red pepper flakes. Half a teaspoon red pepper flakes. Each bag, nice and quick. 1 teaspoon dried thyme. Okay. 3 teaspoons onion powder. These spices are going to give it tons of flavor. Plus, there's so many health benefits to adding spices. So what you see in our menus, it's twofold. It's there for health benefits first and taste as well. Chili powder, we're doing 2 teaspoons chili powder. And 3 bay leaves. Now I don't have full bay leaves, so you would just, if you have full bay leaves, just put them in. We'll discard them later. But I just have chopped up bay leaves, and I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of chopped up bay leaves. And I do this all the time, so I know it tastes fine. I like it, but they're chopped up, and I'm just going to place them in easy, and then I don't remove them later. Okay, this is the fun part. We are going to open up our jackfruit. So I got cans yesterday. There's so many different ways to get jackfruit. I know we said canned on the thing. Now, I actually have a question. Laura, Joanne, you would still chop this, right? I know we're mashing it later, but you still kind of want to chop the ends off, right?
I would chop off any of the hard pieces, yeah.
The hard pieces. And do you keep the hard pieces? Like, do you chop them into little pieces and put them in?
I've not made this recipe myself.
Okay.
Are you mashing it?
Yeah, I always do. Okay. And Laura, you don't have a preference? No? Okay, this is what I do. So I'll show you guys what I do, because it's a little bit different because we're freezing it. But I'll give you some options. So the jackfruit looks like this when you take it out. For those of you who've never had jackfruit, by the way, so many health benefits to jackfruit. Plus there's a little bit of a protein content. It kind of mimics like shredded chicken or shredded beef. So you can fool people in your household too. I've done it. So a jackfruit looks like that. And the top part is the stringy part. So you want to cut the bottom from the top, okay? And put that on the side, and then put the hard part on the other side. Let's start with that. Now, the way that I do it, you have options. You could just keep the stringy part, or you could chop up the hard part and keep that. And I like to. We're going to be mashing it later when we make the stew. Okay, so we've got 2 cups young jackfruit. So let's see how far this takes us. I'm going to guess that a tin is probably 2 cups. So grab your cup and take the shredded one. You can kind of just use your fingers to shred into, and if they land up in big pieces, it's still fine because we're going to be mashing it later. Okay. Okay, I'm getting close to a cup here. So first is the stringy pieces. And then what we're going to do is take the hard pieces and just chop them into small little cubes. I say the smaller the better. Okay, so just like that, kind of maybe 1/4 of an inch. And let's put that in. Okay, good. You guys are working away. I love it. Any questions, just fire away. And thanks, Joanne and Laura, in advance for helping out with those while I use my hands over here. Okay, so I've got 1 cup ready to go. So I'm going to put 1 cup in and work on my 2nd cup. It looks like a tin is kind of perfect. Okay. So jackfruit comes from tropical countries, but like Malaysia, where else? Philippines. And if you've never seen jackfruit before, it looks so cool. You can Google it. Completely different from anything I had ever seen before. And when I learned of its health benefits, I was really surprised. I can't remember the exact nutrients, but it's high in vitamin C. It does have a protein content, so I really like that when it comes to fruit. Okay, so getting to the 2 cup mark, it's probably the more tedious part of this meal, but it is worth it. Or I'm just really, really slow. Okay, so I got 2 cups right there. Now we're going to work on the 2nd bag. So I'm just going to strain this here. We also have jackfruit tacos on our menu. What else do we have that's jackfruit related? Ooh, this month coming up, we have so many new things coming up in May that I'm so excited about. By the way, we're moving on from our arms challenge, which after 20 reps for next week, I think you guys will be happy. I know my arms are definitely feeling it this month, but we're moving on to a booty challenge. So that's going to be fun. And we are also introducing a pizza contest. So for the very, very first time, thanks to Miss Laura, we have a pizza base for you guys. So for those of you who are missing a healthy pizza, we have a healthy pizza base that we're going to be giving you guys as a recipe. And then we're going to do a little topping contest coming up in the 4th week of May, I think it is. Yeah, I got 1 cup for the 2nd bag here. We're almost done. And if you guys are ahead of me, just speed along and keep going. So we've got the pizza contest. So we will be doing fun toppings, and we want to see your pictures and toppings for the pizza contest. What else do we have? We are doing something really big that we've never done before as well as a community. So community-wide, we are doing a 13-day detox. So we've got brand new recipes coming your way for our 10-day gut detox. I know many of you are fans of that one. We're going to start with our 3-day. You have an option of doing 1 to 3 days of the smoothies. And then we're going to move into our 10-day with some more seasonal recipes. So we've taken out the soups as we head into the warmer months, and we're going to be doing more salads. So it should be really fun. Okay, so where are you guys at? I see you all moving around. You look good. Okay, next we're going to go into 6 cups of veggie stock. It's only 9:20. That's amazing. We're gonna do this. Okay, 6 cups of veggie stock into each bag. Now, I don't know how I missed it, you guys, but I missed the veggie stock. So here's what you do if you've missed the veggie stock. You take 6 cups of water. Totally fine. Okay, or you could add it later if you go out to the grocery store later. So always finding ways to modify things. Okay, so I've got 6 cups veggie stock or water in each bag. I'm just gonna do the other bag here. Okay, so the water piece though is important when it comes to the freezing part, because that's what's going to soften up the vegetables and cut down on our cook time, right, Joanne? Did I get that right? Oh, yes. I'm a good student. Okay, 2 cups of potatoes diced into cubes. Hopefully you guys did this already.
Can I step in here
And we
with
can
potatoes?
hold on, Joanne's talking. One sec. Come back, Joanne. Yes?
I just wanted to give a tip about freezing potatoes, because typically they don't freeze super well. So make sure they're diced really, really small.
Okay.
And the other thing is, when you freeze them, make sure they are submerged in the liquid.
Okay, great. And then that will turn brown.
It'll change the texture of them as well. But as long as they're covered in the water when you freeze, they're good.
Okay, thank you. That's a great tip. And you know, you guys, if after you make this batch, if you know that's something that doesn't work well for you, you can always leave the potatoes out, do them later, right? So, you know, we're going for convenience first. That's my motto. So 2 cups of potatoes in each bag. And then we got 2 to 3 tablespoons of ground chia seeds. I always do 3. So 2 to 3 tablespoons each bag of chia seeds. And I always do 3 because I really love what the chia seeds do to this recipe. They kind of thicken it. They give it like a different consistency. So. And this is our good fat, right? We want every meal to have that good fat. It's going to trigger fat storages, help us burn fat, but also keep us really satiated between meals. That's important. Okay, so 2 to 3 tablespoons ground chia seeds. Then we've got 1 cup fresh cherry tomatoes. Ideally, they're chopped in half. If you're running out of time, you could do them just whole. And then we've got the tofu next. So there are quite a few steps to this meal, but I have to say, I think you guys will thank me later if you've never had it before. I know it's definitely, I look forward to this meal. Winter, summer, doesn't matter. Okay, when it comes to the tofu, this is also an option for you guys to do later. I haven't found, if you use the right tofu, I haven't found a difference in texture or taste when I freeze it, especially in this type of meal, but you could also add this later. So we are going for 1 package each. Just a reminder with your tofu that you do want to get the moisture out. So the best way is to use a paper towel and squish that tofu, excuse me. And we're going for firm. Okay. So we are dicing it. Right in there, nice and quick. Okay. 1 package of tofu in 1. This is a completely vegan meal. So for those of you, I mean, we always encourage you to go more vegetarian. You don't have to go all the way, even if it's just meatless Mondays. You could certainly do this recipe with meat in it instead of tofu. Okay, and then we've got a 1/2 cup nutritional yeast and a 1/3 of a cup parsley. So first the nutritional yeast, 1/2 cup. Now, nutritional yeast is one of those incredible things that is loaded with protein, and it's a complete source of protein. It is also got a ton of flavor. I love it. Okay, 1/2 cup in each. And then I didn't chop my parsley. We're putting parsley in here, but we're also actually putting parsley in at the end later if you want. It's optional. But 1/3 of a cup. By the way, you never have to log your herbs into MyFitnessPal. And you can put more or less. And I actually never truly measure these. I just eyeball it and I go for it because I love it so much. And herbs are those natural detox enhancers. You can put them in everything. More is better. You can put them in your water, in your smoothies. All right, so there we go. Okay, let's just check that out. Once you're ready, you're gonna bag those. Close the bags. Just make sure you get all the air out. Wow, that's amazing. One thing I wanted to share is I noticed with bags that they do start to, when you defrost them, they do start to drip in the fridge. So I always defrost them in a bowl. Am I right to do that, Joanne? Yeah.
Sorry, I was answering a question in the comments. I missed your question.
Oh, it's okay, because I noticed that like sometimes they break, like not in the freezer, but once I go to defrost them.
Yeah, so I would either double bag it or set it in a container when you defrost is a perfect solution.
Right. Well, double bagging is really smart because, and you're not wasting bags, right? Like you can always reuse these bags. You just wash them out, reuse them for the same bag meal or others, right? Unless it's chicken. I wouldn't do that for chicken. And double bagging is certainly not wasting them either. I know, what's it, Caroline? You got some beautiful bags from Amazon, right? The nice reusable ones. That was you, right? I got that right. Or they look like a thicker version. Okay. Did I get that right, Caroline?
see. That wasn't me.
Oh.
But
Sorry. Yeah, it wasn't you because you're in Hawaii. I think it was Melissa.
Oh.
I don't know, Melissa, if I can put you on the spot. I want to see those.
It's me.
It was you. Let me see them because they're beautiful. They're okay. So they're like the thicker, reusable, still see-through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really nice. If you grab the link for me later, I can post them. And they stand up nicely too.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, how are you guys doing so far?
So
Good?
far, so good.
Okay, so we have made base overnight oats. We made 16 servings, so that's 16 meals right there that we just have to do a little bit, right? Then we just made 8 meals in the last 10 minutes. Yay, you guys, so good. Okay, so what I want to do is clear up some space. And next we are going to make our sweet potato black bean bowl. So if you're a little bit behind, all good. If you needed to chop things, all good, no stress. We got lots of time. We're gonna move on. All right, any questions? I'd love to hear, or any comments if you want to just pipe up and unmute yourself while we clean up here. I'd love to hear from you. Any comments, questions? Sherry, you
Simone?
just watching? Oh, hi. Hi, Kim.
Hi. Do the chia seeds need to be ground in this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
So how do you?
Wait, no. Sorry, did I say yes?
They'll get, yeah.
No, they're
They'll
just
get
regular
gelled.
chia seeds, regular chia seeds. In fact, chia seeds never have to be ground. They could be,
Okay.
but they never, like it could be either, but you never ever have to buy ground chia seeds, but you do have to buy ground flax. So when you're having flax, make sure it's ground every single time because otherwise your body won't absorb it.
Okay.
Okay, great question. Yeah, thank you.
Would the whole versus the ground have more or less fat content?
No.
Okay.
And what is interesting for that meal, I think that maybe whole would be better for chia seeds because they really do give a nice consistency. So just something to keep in mind, but it won't change the macros by no means. Hi, Karen. Hello. I love seeing you guys move around. This is awesome. All right, so far, no stress, right? We're all good? Am I going at a good pace? Oh, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Yeah.
We use these silicone bags.
Yes, I think those are the ones that Melissa has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she'll pull them up again. So
Dashers.
Stashers. Yeah, Melissa, I think that's what you have, right? I don't see Melissa. Oh, did you see them? Those are really beautiful. Yeah, because they're not going to leak the same way,
No.
right, Joanne? Yeah.
Stasher bags are great.
Stasher bags. Awesome. Any other questions that came up, Joanne, Laura, while I was chopping away there? We're all good?
It was answered in the comments, just the amount, if you swap the meat for the tofu, how much? So we've got 4 to 5 ounces of meat.
Okay. Oh, amazing. Oh, Laura just said there's a sale. A sale. That's exciting. Who doesn't love a sale? Stasher Bags in Canada have a 25% sale on for Earth Day. Thanks, Laura. Seriously, Laura's one of like those people that knows everything about everything all of the time. She knows what's going on everywhere. She's like my encyclopedia. Thank you so much. That's amazing. So it's on until April 27th. Beautiful. Okay, are you guys ready? We're going to move on. So we're going to set up our bags for our sweet potato black bean bowl. Let's label them first. This one, we're going to be baking for 20 to 30 minutes. And that's what we want to put on here. So we want to put, oh, it's a tray bake. Okay, so it's a little bit different. The last one's a pot, right? It's a pot when you're going to be reheating it. This one's going to be a tray bake. Let's see. Okay, so sweet potato black bean bowl. Today's date and bake sheet pan 20 to 30 minutes. And goes with the avocado dressing, which we're not making today, but you have the recipe and all the ingredients for. But it's nice to make it fresh, right? So we're not going to make it today, just in case this is something you're going to have later this week, and not today or tomorrow. So the name of the recipe, the date, then bake sheet pan 20 to 30 minutes, goes with avo dressing. And if you double bag it, you could actually put the avo dressing recipe in there. Huh, just thought of that. Okay, so let's get these lined up and ready to go. Okay, and we're gonna start with a half a tablespoon of avocado oil. Half a tablespoon of avocado oil in each bag. One teaspoon ground cumin. One teaspoon ground cumin, and then half a teaspoon garlic powder.
Why do you even have to use
You gonna help?
no. Please, you.
Half a teaspoon garlic powder. All right, and then we're gonna do half a teaspoon of salt. Don't do it over the bag. I say it every time. I've made lots of mistakes. So half a teaspoon of salt each bag. Then one medium sweet potato diced. So I'm gonna guess that the same goes, Joanne, for this one, right? You would want it. They're gonna be fine. Are they gonna be okay?
Potatoes are fine. Sweet
Yeah,
potatoes,
sweet
taste
potatoes.
better than the regular ones.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, sweet potatoes freeze fine. It's the regular potatoes.
Regular potatoes. Okay, perfect.
Did we get the smoked paprika?
Are we using smoked paprika?
I didn't know if you put it in.
Did I not put it? I did not put it in. Thank you. I'm gonna do that right now. Thank you. Okay, so half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Then we've got red onion. Okay, sorry guys, I'm solo parenting this morning. So a third of a cup red onion sliced. So I've already sliced this up earlier. So I'm just gonna do half of it in each bag. Otherwise, a third of a cup. Okay. And 2 medium red bell peppers, and these ones were sliced. So 2 medium ones in each bag. Okay, I already chopped them earlier, so I'm just doing half of that. 2 medium red bell peppers, cored and sliced in each bag. Okay, we're gonna move on to, we've only got 3 more ingredients, and these are, 2 are in cans. So let's grab our can opener and do this part. So we need 1.5 cups of canned black beans. Okay, so I'm actually not sure how much this will translate into. So I'm just going to start with 1 can here. Last time I made you open more cans than you needed to. I'm sure you guys love that. So just do 1 can. Let's measure that out. With the canned beans, we really, really want to rinse them to get all of the starch off of it. This will help you to not be gassy from the canned beans. But tons of benefits from beans. They're a great source of protein, a good carbohydrate. They are also high in iron as well. So anything you've ever heard about, you can only get iron from a piece of steak, it's not true. Okay, so 1.5 cups canned black beans. I think I have drained them enough. So it looks like 1 can for me, depending on the size of your can. 1 can is not going to be enough. We will have to open another one. So 1.5 cups in 1, and opening up that second can. While that's going, you guys can grab, depending on where you are right now, you can grab your edamame. And we need to do 2 cups of edamame that's already shelled into each bag. Love edamame. That's going to be our protein content for this one. And then the last part is half of a cup sweet corn, and you can do a jalapeno as an option. Okay, so black beans are in. Sweet corn is next. We do want to also rinse our sweet corn too, if it's canned. If it's frozen, no need. And we're doing half a cup of sweet corn. And that's in each bag. So depending on the size of your can, 1 might be enough. Okay, if you're gonna go for that jalapeno, please chop that up and put it in. I'm just loving the color of this. It's so beautiful. Okay, so we've got half of a cup of sweet corn in each one. Do love the smell of corn. And look at the color. Such a beautiful bowl. Okay, so this is going to be our tray bake later. And that's it. If you're doing a jalapeno, it's a half of a jalapeno pepper, seeded and diced. But I think Joanne likes us to massage. Yeah, okay, she's nodding. Massage it to get it all kind of mixed together. Look at that, gorgeous. And that gets the spices in there, right? Then get all of the air out. And look at that, we just did another 8 meals. 8 meals. And we're going pretty slow. I think I'm going slow. I feel slow today. Okay, so we are going to massage those, bag them, mix it all together, get that air out. So exciting. What I love about bagging most of all is that they turn into like really thin. It's almost like, like thick pieces of paper by the time you put it into, like, these are the extra large bags. I made a mistake. You don't need extra large, but just large bags. And they go so flat in your freezer. Okay, last part. We are on to the last part. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna unmute you and see. Are you all caught up, you guys? I know we're all gonna be slightly at different paces, but all good. Comments, questions? I see some of you just watching, which is awesome too. So once you've done that, let's put that on the side. And we're gonna move on to our next, but please ask questions or comment. Yeah, Joanne?
There was just a discrepancy in how we've put it together and what the recipe says. So it just said to put the beans and the edamame on after, but what we're doing is putting it all together to heat together for time saving purposes.
Okay, so it's fine?
Yeah, it's just the recipe has it worded differently in a different layout.
Okay.
The end stage, but we're cooking it all together to warm it up to eat together.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. And it's not going to affect.
No, it's all good. It's just
Okay,
worded differently in the recipe. Yeah, no, it's all good.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's exciting. Last part is the Green Machine burgers. Who here has made the Green Machine burgers before? Yay, Kim, you like them? Yeah, okay, yes. So this is very green. I asked Travis, I'm like, do you like them? He's like, well, they're not real burgers. I'm like, I know they're not real burgers. They're made out of edamame. So it's maybe not for everyone, but I absolutely love them. I know I've heard from so many of you in our community who loves them. Plus, it's a really great way to have a different option other than meat, right? So keep that in mind. And things are going to get a little sticky with our hands. So just be prepared for that. It's a bit messy, but other than that, it's good. So what I want to do, I think before we start, we're only going to do one. We're going to do 4. Okay. 4 servings, which makes 8 burgers. If you want to make double, you have all the ingredients to make double. But I didn't know if you guys are making them fresh or you're going to be freezing them. So I am going to show you how to freeze them, but you can certainly keep them fresh as well. I'm actually going to have these later today because I can't wait. I love them so much. So first thing I want you to do is grab some parchment paper and cut them into burger-sized squares. Okay. Right, I see you guys working away. If you're at a different speed, don't worry. I'll send you the replay of this too. Okay, so we're gonna just cut that parchment paper into burger-sized squares. Don't worry, I mean, make them a little bit bigger maybe than burger-sized squares like that, right? And these are gonna go between the burgers. And we're gonna need, let's see, 8, something like that. You may not need one on the bottom or one on the top, but let's do 8 anyways. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And that's really important for the freezing part because we don't want them to stick together. It will not go well. Okay. So, and by the way, you can buy parchment paper already cut up for this purpose, but I think it's just super easy to do it yourself. Okay, we are going to be putting everything into the food processor. So we're actually going to be making everything now and then freezing them like ready-made burgers. So you don't need your bag holders anymore. You are going to need a bag though to label your bag as well. Green Machine burgers. And all you really need to write on there is to what you're going to add for it later. You're going to basically heat them in a skillet, and then top with tomato, mustard, avocado. So if you want to write that on there, or you can slide the recipe into that second bag is another option as well. Okay, otherwise you're going to grab your blender. I lost my blender. Okay, blender. And we're just going to put everything in. So 2 cups of edamame shells. My favorite part about these meal prep parties is it's Saturday morning. Saturday morning, and we're going to be done, right? Done for the week or more, depending on how many people you're feeding. At least for the week, but you could always make more. Okay, so 2 cups of edamame into your blender. 2 cups kale. So you want to make sure with your kale, I've already pre-chopped it, but you're taking your kale off of the stalks. We're not putting the stalks in, and then you're still chopping it. Before I've done this where I haven't chopped it and I kind of just peeled it off the stalk, and it wasn't as good because there were these long pieces of kale. So chop them into small sizes like that. Okay. And we're doing 2 cups of kale straight there into the blender. I did not grate my zucchini yet, so I'm going to do that with you guys. I actually really like grating zucchini because it's fast. The soft vegetable, right? Love zucchini. So many health benefits. So it's just 1 zucchini grated. Bit of an arm workout too. Oh my goodness. Our arms burn out later is going to hurt even more. Okay, and we're going to put that straight in there. This part is really important. That zucchini is really important. It's going to help gel everything together. And then we're going to need 1/2 cup gluten-free oats or organic oats. Also very important with your burgers. You're going to help keep them nice and together. So just 1/2 cup. I do love this recipe because we're just dumping. It's kind of like a dump meal, right? But it's like dumping everything into the blender. Then we've got 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts. 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts. This is our good fat. And then we're going to go for our spices. So 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, which we've used earlier today somewhere. Lost my cumin. There it is. 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And let's do the salt actually at this point. 1/2 teaspoon of salt as well while we're doing the dry stuff. And then we've got 1 tablespoon of tamari, or it could be coconut aminos. 1 tablespoon tamari. 1 tablespoon lemon juice. Now, I've done the math many times on this one, and you can take my word for it. It's usually 1/2 lemon works out to be a tablespoon, but you can measure it. And by the way, you don't always have to be exact with your lemon either, and you don't have to put it into MyFitnessPal. So 1/2 lemon, exactly a tablespoon for me right now. Okay. 1 tablespoon rice vinegar. Okay, 1 tablespoon rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons of water. And the last part is half of a teaspoon of chili flakes. And that's optional, by the way, but yeah, if you don't like spicy, you might want to leave that out. Okay, really important. We are going to, in a food processor or a blender like I've got, you're gonna, we've got everything combined. We're gonna process until the ingredients form a uniform mixture, but are still visible. I love how Laura helped to put this together. They're still visible and the mixture starts to come together. Bye. It comes together as a dough. So you still want to see the zucchini. You still want to see that there's edamame in there and there's kale. You don't want it to be super, super like a smoothie. If that okay, hopefully that helps. So let's go ahead and blend. And I like to use, if you are using a blender, I like to use a paddle to mush it in, get everything even. I'm going to show you halfway through. I'm just going to actually mix it more together so you get the top part into the bottom part of the blender. Food processor probably works a little bit better. It's meant for more things like this, but I've always used my blender and I haven't had an issue. So I'm almost at the point where it's completely blended, but I'm just going to do a little bit more. And by the way, if you do overblend, I have done that before. It's not a big deal. It still works. Okay, so we're 9:58. Like we're doing this. We're perfect. When you take your stuff out, please careful not to cut your hands on the knives or whatever you're using. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to, so you can see things are still a bit visible, right? Isn't that cool? I just think this is such a neat recipe that you can make burgers out of edamame. You don't have to have meat. They taste amazing. Okay, so what you're going to do is kind of like as if you were making a burger. If you made burgers before, you're just going to grab a handful and turn it into a ball, and so that everything, you know, comes together, and then you're just going to flatten it out. So you have a nice looking patty and put it on a sheet of parchment paper. And there we go. I'm just so impressed with this. I think it's so cool. And let's go ahead and finish. We are making, so it's 4 servings, but it's 2 patties per serving. So it's 8 altogether. Okay. So basically, I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, you guys, but we're aiming for 8, around 8, okay? And if, you know, you could always add a little bit more to one patty or take a little bit out if it's not totally 8. But then that way it's gonna meet your macros perfectly. And I'm just basically putting them on top of the parchment paper like that, probably 4 at a time before I put it into the bag. I'm not quite sure what will work well with your bag. They smell so good. Okay, my hands are frozen from those edamame. Yikes. Okay, so actually I'm exactly at 8 here. So I'm not gonna finish, but you guys keep going because I want to ask some questions, see how you guys are doing. That's exactly 10 o'clock. So good. All right, let me see. You guys, so amazing. I see you working away. Any comments or questions here? I know, Caroline, you've been watching the whole time. Any comments? Yay, thumbs up. Okay, good. I love that you came to watch. Like on your holiday, you're thinking about meal prep. Like, can I just say what a win? It's so good. Perfect. Laura or Joanne, were there any questions that came up that I needed to answer, or we're good? Okay, we're good. You guys are working away fast. Joanne, I actually have a question for you and how you would do these in a bag for the burgers. How do you store them? Would you do smaller bags maybe?
You could, whatever they fit in, but I would stack them like 2 at a time, like as your serving size, and just put them.
That's a good idea. Maybe we do smaller bags 2 at a time, and then we put them into the larger bag. Right, and then they will stay, because I don't want them to fall apart in your freezer. But I think that would make the most sense. And that way you know that actually you do want to add that to the bag, is that 2 is a serving size. So I'm just gonna put it in like that. Cool. That looks so cool. Yeah. I have to say, I'm really excited about having edamame burgers today. I can't freeze them and wait. I'm going to have them straight away today. So I'm just bagging them to show you guys, but I'm going to be eating all of them. Travis still eats them, even though he says they're not real burgers, just for any of the men in your family who really love meat. But you know, adding the lettuce. So you're basically, after this, you guys have this from your shopping list, it's going to be a lettuce bun. Okay. And what I do, so at some point I do want to do a family style meal prep where I show you guys, and tell me what you think, Joanne and Laura, but where I show you guys how I make things differently for the family and then for myself. So like for Travis, he doesn't like a lettuce bun, so he'll have it in a bun, right? So I'll go and get gluten-free buns, and then that's what he'll have, and then I'll have a lettuce bun. So I'd love to know, is that something that would appeal to you guys to do a meal prep? Yeah? Oh, a big thumbs up. Yeah. Shannon's like, yes, Melissa. Okay. Yeah, it's something that we all kind of deal with, right? You know, but I will say, I've heard from so many people in our community that they have their family eventually eating the exact same meals, including things like the edamame burger, and it's not a big deal. Hey, Annabelle, I didn't see you come on today. Hi, how are you? So any comments or questions here as we wrap up, you guys? Kim, what are you going to be eating today? Are you going to eat any of this?
I'm actually on the 5-day cleanse.
Oh, yay!
I've been a very bad girl, so I'm getting cleaned up.
Well, you know, it happens, and we had Easter. So by the way, you're not alone. I was a bad girl over Easter, but we should never say we're bad girls. You know, we just indulged. And that's why we do cleanse, is to rid our bodies of the cravings that come on after those periods. And it's totally normal. So for any of you that are in the same boat, please give yourself grace. Please speak kindly to yourself and say, you know what, it happens. I'm human. We have Mother's Day coming up. I think in the States it's the same Mother's Day, right? May 8th. Yeah. So Sunday, May 8th. And then we are doing our 13-day cleanse in VIP. Please, guys, do not purchase it. Right now I'm promoting it on social to do the 13-day cleanse for $97. That's only for new people that are not in VIP. So you guys are in VIP. It's absolutely free for you guys. So we're going to be doing that together, and it's going to be incredible for results. So have your treats on Mother's Day, enjoy it. And then we'll do a really great cleanse. Spring is the best time to cleanse. Also, last thing before I go today, if there's no other questions, this week I do have 2 free master classes. So I'm doing a master class on Tuesday at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, and then Thursday at noon. And it's all about detoxing. I'm going to be sharing recipes and ways to detox if you're new, and then ways to detox if you've been doing it for a while, and why we do it, and what, when, why, how, everything. So bring all your questions, but even, if you've been in VIP for a year, some of you 2 years, I still love you to come, because there will always be something that is new for you guys. That's my goal. But please bring your questions. I see Caroline, you raised your hand. Do you have a question?
Yeah, can you please repeat, like if I substituted vanilla protein powder instead of the pumpkin seed powder
Yes.
and the overnight oats, do you just log the difference in the?
Yeah. So it's going to be really, really similar in my Fitness Pal, but I still want you to log and make sure that you're meeting your goals. Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, I see just all of you just running around like crazy. We did move really fast today, especially if you didn't pre-chop. So we are gonna do another meal prep party next month. We do these throughout the year, and these are for our annual VIP community. So absolutely free for you guys as a thank you for your commitment. But next month, do we have a date yet, Laura, Joanne? I can't remember. We don't have a date. Okay. It will likely be kind of this time next month. And it's such a great way. Like, summer is always crazy. We've always, there's less of a routine. So I really want to set you guys up for a successful summer, because I'm telling you right now, there's typically 2 times a year where I see people completely fall off track, and that's Christmas, because it kind of goes for a long time, and then also summer, because we're out of a routine, we're not doing the same things, and it's easy to, go camping, eat some chips on a regular basis. And so I really want to help you to stay focused and on track, and the meal prep is such a huge component of that. So that will be next meal prep party. Will be more summer things. All right, you guys. Joanne, Laura, thank you so much for your help today and being here. Love you guys. I could not do this without you. Kim, thank you for being here. And Caroline in Hawaii on your holiday. I'm so impressed. Annie, awesome. Shannon, Melissa, Shelly's, Sherry is driving. Sherry has a very demanding job. Also impressive that you're here. Annabelle and other Kim. Lovely to see you guys. Have an amazing weekend. And any questions, or you want to share your photos with me as you meal prep, or share your feedback, good or bad. I always want to hear how you guys like the recipes, or if you want to see more of something or less of something. I'm all ears. We're all ears. We're here for you. All right, you guys, have an amazing weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye. Hopefully you can all come on Tuesday. Detox.fuelforfatloss.com. Detox.fuelforfatloss.com for Tuesday or Thursday. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.